afternoon. It's Sunday and it's my Sunday off. I get to speak whatever I want to say to the camera, so it's my favorite time of the week. And next week I want to do 1 week on relationships with artists, between artists, among artists, by artists, from artists. You get my idea. Because Valentine's Day is around the corner, I'm sure you have noticed. It's impossible not to notice. I receive so much publicity, advertisement in my mailbox and in my phone, and when I walk out in the street, people are giving me flyers. I don't know, still people print out flyers. Come on. Give me a break. I think relationships are overrated. But I'm supposed to be funny, not skeptical, so I will tell jokes. On the Chinese Quarter, one man asked, I want to buy my girlfriend a Valentine's Day gift. What should I get? I have a budget of 30 bucks. And there were people saying different things like lipsticks, t-shirt, and maybe buy some material from fine art store and you can paint yourself some small gifts for your girlfriend. And one answer with the highest votes and upvotes and likes is, why don't you give her freedom? I really dig this answer. I think it's super humorous and super cranky at the same time, black humor, and it's trying to say that, hey, you have 364 days to prepare for this day, the Valentine's Day, and all you did is throw a random question on Quora saying, hey, what should I get? I have 30 bucks. I think she deserves better. And it's just a way to say she deserves better. So why don't you give her freedom? But again, freedom is not free. I don't know, it reminds me of the song Freedom Isn't Free from the Team of America. This Valentine's Day, many people will receive gifts and many people will receive freedoms. To be honest, you will never receive a Valentine's Day gift that you really like. Because I think if I want to buy something, I just buy it myself. A body hair shaver? Next life. What I like about in my society, the Chinese society, how they handle relationships is they put everything over the table. For example, if you are a pretty girl and you're young, you would like to find a man that is wealthy, with house and car and fit, and perhaps tall, because tall is something very considered important in the Chinese culture. And if you are a wealthy man or a boy, you want to look for a woman, and you can put a lot of criteria and you still have, let's say, a shortlisted candidates. And you can even walk into this matchmakers agency, like a real estate agency, and you say, hey, what have you got for me? And you pay a small agency fee. They pull you a list of candidates and you select, and you on mutual agreement, you two meet and you started dating. What I don't like about relationships is because of the culture, because of whatever, a lot of people are not very honest with what they want. Not in a way that they lie, but in a way that they don't even know that they are not honest. It's not their fault, but still it bothers me because, for example, one woman told me, oh, I want to look for a husband. Can you introduce me a man who is serious and romantic? And I said, well, romantic? Can you elaborate that? What do you mean by romantic? And she said, romantic, I mean he would buy me gifts for anniversaries, birthdays, Christmas and New Year's, and celebrate every day with, flowers and surprise trips overseas to an island on a boat. And I was like, wait, you actually mean you're looking for a man who has disposable income to spend on celebrating every day as a special day, and has time for you and to spend on the surprise trips, take days, weeks off just to spend with you in a remote, beautiful island that doesn't only cost money but also time. You mean that he must be from a wealthy family with family business that would support him, this financially, or you want him to be, let's say, who has a passive income, a lot of savings. And then she's like, oh, no, I'm not material like that. I just want a romantic guy. See, I'm a simple girl. This drives me crazy because if you want money, there's no shame because you have something to offer and he has something to offer. If both agree, I would say marriage is the most similar thing to merger and acquisition. And it's the single biggest decision financially you will be liable to make as a human being, as a person, not as a CEO of a firm, but as a person. And even dating is like initial public offering or initial coin offering if you go digital dating. Why it just sounds so wrong coming from my mouth, but it is like that. It's true. When I studied merger acquisition in a class, I studied family business in a class, I would say, hell, this is like dating, this is like relationships, this is like marriage. And sometimes you get the bride money, that the family of the man is giving to the family of the woman based on goodwill. And it's like merger and acquisition. You evaluate the company's worth with goodwill. It's like, come on, with two families joining together, or two firms joining together, they are stronger and their futures are brighter and they're more competitive. I would say it's the same. And when you join together, someone will be in charge. So you have to reappoint a new CEO and you have to reorganize this, management and financials as well. I would say it's totally like, sounds like two-person marrying. And there's no shame talking about money. If you say, oh, I just want a man who wakes up with me next to me. But not every man who works and can have the luxury of doing that. Someone travels a lot, someone works nights, and someone who has irregular shifts. So a lot of things in life are luxury and can be bought, and those things can be bought. And I'm not saying love can be bought, but still, a good relationship can be facilitated with financial independence and financial freedom. If you want a man with, over $300,000 a year income, okay, I mean, there's no shame on that. Just write it down. Perhaps if you go through the matrix and you will find, like, you are putting keywords into Google and you have this search results. If you don't know your search words, you will not have the right search results. I really hope one day we have the big data and we can use big data to look for partners, and perhaps we have better chances to have the right one. There is one guy on YouTube called Get the Guy, Matthew. He runs a YouTube channel, very successful. He's a relationship coach. He coaches girls. That's why the project name is Get the Guy. He is not for gay relationships though, it's only for girls. And he said one thing very, very true. He said, well, for all the women, the chances of finding the right one is the same. It's very low. So why some women can find the right one quickly and someone will never find the right one? It's because the one who gets the right one quickly she has to say no quickly to the wrong ones. Let's say since 18 to 80, you have only so many chances to meet the right guy. And if you don't say no, if you try one guy for a year and you can only try maybe 10, 20, 30 and you lose hope. If you can try one just maybe a few minutes after talking, you realize he's not the right one or doesn't fit your criteria again. Numbers, matrix. Doesn't fit your criteria, you say no. You swap left, say no, and it will save you a lot of time and you can perhaps find the right one. I would say it's the same in terms of a successful career as an artist. You have to say no because you cannot say yes to every single opportunity. Because if you say yes to this gallery, yes to that fair, yes to that art festival, you are losing a lot of time. And if you're not sure what is what you want, you can try years and years and years, and finally by the time you found the right opportunity and you're 70 years old and you die, we all die, right? So it will be a pity to waste all your time and miss the right chance. I'm supposed to be funny, but I really can't be funny because talking about relationships, I have a lot of stigma. I don't even know how to say that. I have a lot of problem with relationships. Not just me with my personal perception of relationships, but also, let's say, the societal in the whole, how they treat relationships. One day I came across someone who is a friend of a friend of a friend and in front of my school. So I was sitting down to have a quick dinner before another class starts, and this guy is sitting across the table. And one friend passed by, said hi to me, said hi to him, and I realized, okay, we have some friends in common, and we were sitting in a long table. So he just moved one seat towards me, like in front of me. So we were eating, and we were just small chatting from the weather to what you study or whatnot. So he asked me, so you have a boyfriend? Is that from same school as you do? And I was like, yes, but he's not from the same school. Actually, he's a foreigner. And this guy immediately was very, very upset. And he was like, oh, you know that woman is a scarce resource, is a strategic resource of our country because we are lack of women, and you're just giving this resource away to a foreigner. And I was quite furious because I don't like people poking into my personal business. I think it's the least freedom I have, is the freedom I spend my own time with, with my life. So I was quite upset. I started to be furious, and he was starting to escalate as well. I finished the dinner. I swore at him and gave him a finger, and I left. I had to say I was very disappointed into the way that people value relationship. So I'm not very keen in celebrating this, but nevertheless, it's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine, and whatever you are celebrating and whoever you are celebrating with, no judgments. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.